Hey, this is Randy from Funeral Funds of America. In this video, we're going to talk about the actual cost for $20,000 worth of burial, cremation, final expense, life insurance, or funeral funds for a 70-year-old female. Now, first thing you need to know is you can go directly to our website at funeralfunds.com. Pretty much every page we have a quoter here. You can click on any state that you currently live or reside in. We're licensed in all 50 states. Click the coverage amount, put your birthday information in there, hit the get quotes now, and it will take you to the actual quoter that we use to help people. It's going to show you all the companies, all the pricing. It's really terrific. By the way, you can also call us at our toll-free number, 888-862-9456. But let's get right into this. So the first thing you should ask yourself when shopping for insurance is the coverage amount that I'm looking for enough? So a 7-year-old female is $20,000 enough coverage. Well, it depends what you want it for. You know, are you going to be buried or are you going to be cremated? So if you're going to be cremated, $20,000 is more than enough insurance. The average cost of a cremation in the United States is between $1,000 to $2,000. So, and that's just if you come home in a cardboard box or an urn. But, $20,000 is obviously enough right there for that. Now, if you're going to get cremated and have some sort of ceremony, like a celebration of life or just some sort of remembrance ceremony, that's probably going to be $3,500 to $4,500. So again, $20,000 is still enough. But, if you've got $20,000, just keep it. Just, go to bed tonight knowing that you got this all taken care of. If you're shopping for insurance for a brand new policy, we really recommend you be conservative. And as a rule, recommend you kind of just get what you need. Don't overinsure. A lot of times people say, hey, I want to leave money behind for my kids or family member, something like that. We always tell people, you just rather than spending that money on additional insurance to give to your loved ones after you're dead, why don't you just spend that extra money on them while you're alive? And they'll have those memories for the rest of their life, as will you. But, definitely cover what your insurance needs are right now or what your final wishes are. So, for a cremation, if you're just going to come home in a cardboard box and urn, typically we'd recommend around $5,000. If you're going to have something a little fancier, maybe around $7,000, $8,000, $9,000, $10,000, whatever that would be. But we would typically not recommend $20,000 in that case. Now, if you're going to have a burial, $20,000 is still enough if you've got an existing policy with $20,000. Now, if you're just starting to shop, just keep in mind the average cost of a burial right now in the United States is $10,000. And most part of it is more. In most parts of the country, if you walk into a funeral home with a $10,000 check, they will take care of it for you. They will get it done. It's not going to be anything fancy, but I can't imagine most places would allow that $10,000 check to walk down the street to their competitor. So just keep in mind, if your finances are tight and if $10,000 is all you can afford, just go ahead and get that done. And you can always add more coverage. We help people all the time who get a smaller policy and then they want to add coverage later. So we can help you out with that. But at age 70, you're probably hoping you'll make it to 75, 80, 85. So if it's within your budget means, probably should get a little bit extra insurance, like maybe, $15,000, $20,000, depending on your needs. But remember, if things are tight, you can always get a smaller amount and add more coverage later. So we also recommend you get first day coverage. And that's what we specialize here at Funeral Funds is first day coverage or benefits with low-cost same-day approvals. So most people would say, yeah, but I don't want to answer health questions because I've got health issues. But understand, we work with a whole bunch of different insurance companies. They all have different underwriting requirements. So 95% of the time, we're able to get people first-day coverage without any issue. So the only reason you wouldn't qualify for first-day coverage is if you just had really significant health issues, like you had a terminal illness and you're going to pass away within the next 12 months, or you had dementia, or you were on dialysis, or you're in a hospital or a nursing home. kind of it'd have to be really significant not to qualify for first aid coverage. The only other thing would be, seems like we get a lot of calls. I'm not sure why, but we get a lot of calls from people that say, hey, we had a family member or a loved one pass away this last week, and their body's down at the funeral home, and they didn't have insurance, and we don't have any money, and the funeral home's not going to do anything until they get a check. So we need to get this insurance really quickly so we can get this taken care of. And we have to let them know that there's no insurance company out there that will offer insurance on a dead person. You actually have to get this insurance on yourself or on people while they're alive. So it's really a sad situation when that happens, because that family's struggling because somebody didn't think far enough advance and care enough to get a policy so that their family wouldn't kind of suffer like this after they pass away. So it's really sad. Just learn from their mistakes. Now, there are a couple plans out there that you should definitely be cautious of, and those are the 2-year waiting period plans. And, Colonial Penn, their $9.95 plan, probably one of the more well-known plans because they advertise like crazy on the television. $9.95. And a lot of 70-year-old females would be like, oh, man, this is great. I can get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 worth of life insurance for $9.95. And nothing could be further from the truth, unfortunately. Colonial Penn, number one, 2-year waiting period, which means if you die of any health or medical reason in the first 2 years, they're not going to pay out anything. They'll just return your premiums plus a small percentage. Now, other companies out there like Mutual of Omaha, their United of Omaha product, AIG, Gerber, there's a whole bunch of other insurance companies out there that offer 2-year waiting periods. You got to be very careful. These insurance companies, some of them have done a very great job of convincing the American public that this type of insurance, the only thing you can get is a 2-year waiting period plan, and nothing could be further from the truth. And if you qualify for first aid coverage, you should 100% not accept a 2-year waiting period plan. So let's take a look at this. 70-year-old female for $9, one unit, $9.95 right here. It's $1,000 is all you would get. And this is very unusual. It's kind of like female age 70 is the only one we've seen so far where it actually ends up as an even amount of coverage. Typically, it's like $783 or $1,237. So kind of interesting. But regardless, so $9.95 is going to pay $1,000. Keep in mind, that's not even enough for a cremation. And if you walk into a funeral home with a check from Colonial Penn for $1,000 for a burial, nothing's happening. They are not going to get it done, unfortunately. So you need more insurance. So let's see. Now, the problem here also with Colonial Penn is you can only get 15 units. You can only max that out. And if we know that one unit is 1,000, well, we know that 15 units is going to be 15,000. So you can't even get 20,000 if you wanted to. But let's go price shop and see what 20,000 would look like. So we've got 20,000 female, age 70. Hit the quote button here. Again, this is $150 for 15,000. And we come back to here and it would be 20,000 right up here. 20,000 for $101. This great company, Trinity Life. We work with them. Level coverage. That means first aid coverage. So you're actually getting $20,000 for $101. Let's just round that. $20,000 for $100 versus $15,000 for $150. Why would you ever pay more to get less? That's rather silly. So if we round this up to 150 and we round this down to 100, it's easy math for me. $50 a month. That's $600 a year. 70-year-old female, if you make it to age 80, that 50 would be 600 would be, you'd overpay $6,000 in the next 10 years. Overpay $6,000. And you would have $5,000 less insurance versus going with first day coverage. So it really pays to work with somebody like Funeral Funds who will be your advocate to get you the best pricing and the best coverage, and coverage starts from the first day. Let's look at a couple other insurance companies here. I'll try to find one that advertises quite a bit. Oh, here we go, Lincoln Heritage. Fine company, level coverage, first day coverage. However, look at their pricing, $150. Now, Lincoln Heritage has a plan where, when you die, they'll call 2 or 3 different funeral homes to kind of negotiate the lowest pricing, take care of a couple other things for you. But, it's a paid service. You pay more for that privilege, $150 versus $100. So if we just round the numbers, again, that's $150. No, I'm sorry. That's $50 extra a month. Per year, that would be $600. After 10 years, that'd be $6,000. So if you died 10 years from now as a 70-year-old female, Lincoln Heritage would call some places and get the lowest pricing and do a couple things. But you paid them $6,000 to do that over the last 10 years, $6,000 more. So, you've got to ask yourself, is that worth it? We would rather you keep that money in your own pocket and do something nice with your family or enjoy that money yourself rather than give that to an insurance company. So what we actually provide at Funeral Funds is a funeral and estate planning guide. We provide that free of charge. You can fill that out with who gets what goes where, where you want your service out, what kind of service, all that stuff. Get that filled out in advance. You just keep it with your life insurance policy. And your family's got all the information that they need to fulfill your final wishes. And they'll know that you were thinking about them and loving them and caring for them and knowing that the day would come that you would be gone and it would be difficult for them, and that you were able to provide everything they needed so that they could get that done quickly and efficiently and just kind of remove that emotional burden. And hey, you save $6,000 over other, like over in Lincoln Heritage. Let's see if there's anybody else in here. Lumico, we see them out there quite a bit. Level coverage, but again, if we round the numbers, you're paying roughly $10 more a month, so $120 a year, $1,200 after 10 years. You're overpaying roughly. So just keep in mind, there's no sense overpaying. You're going to be making these insurance payments the rest of your life. No sense overpaying. So again, go to funeralfunds.com. You can fill out our quote here. You can call us at our toll-free number, 888-862-9456. And if you're just wanting to add coverage, we can help you add coverage. If you're wanting to price shop to see if you've got the best coverage, we can do that for you. If you just need a brand new policy, we can help you out with that. We'll include in the links on this video down below, link to our YouTube specific page, funeralfunds.com/YouTube. We'll have a special quarter there where you can get access to the best discounts. And then we'll also have videos for $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 for a 70-year-old female. But when you're ready for help, if you just have any questions, anything at all, just reach out to us. We look forward to meeting with you and chatting with you. Until that day comes, you have a nice day. Bye-bye. Stay safe.